Good morning, children. Yesterday we did about the infrastructure development. Today we will be studying about the reasons for infrastructure development. The basic objective of British government to develop infrastructure was not to provide basic amenities to the people, but to serve their colonial interests. The roads were built for mobilizing the army within India and for drawing out raw materials from the countryside to the nearest railway station or port and to send these to England or other lucrative foreign destinations. So, the basic objective of the British government to build this infrastructure, vast infrastructure, was just to satisfy their interest. Why the roads were built? So that from the interior parts of the country, the raw materials could be easily brought to the railway stations as well as the ports. And from there it will be exported or shipped to different foreign countries. Railways were developed by the Britishers mainly for three reasons. Number one, to have control and administration over the vast Indian territory. Obviously, if they are residing in some place and if they want to move to another place where there is need for there is any problem or there is any need for their administrative purpose, they can't go by walking or they can't go by anything else. So they started the railway so that they can easily move from one place to another. Next, to earn profits through foreign trade by linking railway with major ports. Now from roads it was coming to railways. Now from railways the raw materials were taken to the major ports. To make profitable investment of British funds in India. So whatever the funds were there with them, they used in a profitable way in India. The system of electric telegraph was introduced at high cost to serve the purpose of maintaining law and order, which I discussed the earlier day, that the electric telegraphs, this point, communication, post and telegraph. So the electric telegraph lines were introduced just to serve the purpose of maintaining law and order. If they wanted to pass on any message, if they wanted to give any policy measures, everything could be done. And that also quickly, without moving. So electric telegraph was a very important introduction. So by concluding it, we can say by the time India won its independence in 1947, the impact of 200 years of British colonial rule was already showing on all aspects of Indian economy. Following points are the clear proofs of economic underdevelopment during the British rule: the constant per capita income over a long period, increasing dependence of population on agriculture, the zamindari system, traditional methods of cultivation, frequent famines, destruction of Indian handicrafts, inadequate industrialization. All these hostile policy of British government led to the complete ruin of the Indian economy. Next is the British rule, the systematic exploitation of India. So the British rule, the exploitation they did. What are the ways they did the exploitation? First is, India remained an agricultural country and backward. There was commercialization of agriculture just to serve the interest of the British people. British rulers never tried to modernize the industries in India. Therefore, there was a large-scale destruction of handicrafts and cottage industries. By following the policy discrimination, Britishers gained complete control over the Indian markets. Means India will be a source of raw materials and market for cheap products, machine-made goods. So their policy of discriminating protection, Britishers gained complete control over the Indian market. Britishers gradually transformed the Indian economy into primary producing country, exporting only agricultural products and raw materials necessary for industries in Britain and importing finished goods, which I said. To promote foreign trade and to exploit natural resources of India to their advantage, British ruler built up infrastructure. So to exploit the resources and exploit the market, they built up a strong infrastructure which includes roads, railways, then ports and post and telegraph. So the British rulers thoroughly exploited the Indian economy through economic drain. Means we had earlier studied in this chapter only that the export surplus which was earned by India was used by the British people for payment of their administrative services and other expenditures. So the British rulers thoroughly exploited the Indian economy through economic drain. The aforesaid nature of exploitative policy of British rulers resulted in large-scale poverty. So this is in short what the British rulers did to exploit India. Okay. Now we will move to the positive contributions of British rule and state of Indian economy on the eve of independence. This is the last part that we'll be doing in the next video. Thank you.